A recent audit reveals the district has been inflating student grades. The review highlights several areas with antiquated systems or ineffective practices in place for years. Isabel Garcia joins us in the newsroom to break down the findings and the district's plans to address the issues. Isabel.
Yes, good evening, Teresa. This audit was presented during a committee meeting about 3 weeks ago and was conducted by the district's internal auditor. Now, while the report concluded the inaccuracies did not improperly affect the district's graduation rate, there are several changes being recommended. Students in high school within the Rochester School District had their grades inflated throughout a series of practices and systems described as antiquated and ineffective. According to an audit report from the district's internal auditor, Anissa Henry Wheeler, GPAs were inflated in two ways. First, by using a 4.5 grading scale rather than the more commonly used 4.0 scale. Certain coursework was also weighted, such as Regents or AP level classes. While that's a more common practice, the Rochester district saw several inconsistencies.
Regents classes were receiving additional value. My struggle with that as a decision was students are expected to take Regents classes, so why are you getting credit for doing something that you already should be doing?
Somebody needs to go to jail on this. To have these kinds of scorings where our children believe and our families are believing that our students are achieving and we've lied to them.
The other way GPAs were inflated was due to the district incorporating a hold harmless policy at the beginning of the COVID pandemic, a district policy not in alignment with the State Department of Education, which may have resulted in students receiving passing marks. School leadership also addressing what action they plan to take.
Right now, immediately, it's taking a look at numeric grades. We have a plan here to split this team up into two teams, an operation team and an instruction team. And our timelines are pretty aggressive to have things in place by January.
And those changes the superintendent was referencing as a specific example of some of the inconsistencies in practices, such as using letters for grades compared to numeric grading. Additionally, several board members discussed the need for greater communication with parents and guardians, helping them to also understand the way the system works. Teresa, back to you.
Isabel, thank you. The audit also concluded the district's course catalog system should be evaluated for accuracy and completeness. Overall, there were nearly 30 separate recommendations as a result of the audit.